السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء، تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويؤثرون على أنفسهم ولو كان بهم خصاصة ومن يوق شح نفسه فأولئك هم المفلحون. صلوات. In continuation to our discussion on Dua Makarem Akhlaq, we are going to discuss today one very important quality of a mu'min that Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam is mentioning in this dua. And it is, so this is the word actually. After asking so many qualities from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be part of his nature, he is asking this. Remember last week, because everything is connected. Last week we discussed what's sabq ilal fadila, asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us tawfiq and ability to be first in doing anything good, and not just first, to be quick in doing it, not to delay any goodness that we are thinking to do, we are intending to do. Sabq ila al-fadila. So we talked about sabq and we talked about fadila. The next sentence, again 2 words only, وَإِيثَارُ التَّفَضُّلِ. وَإِيثَار التَّفَضُّلِ. Tafaddul is from fadila, and Imam has talked about fadila earlier. And we discussed what does fadila mean, and fadila means the excellence, and what is the true excellence, right? When you see a person, you say, this person is excellent guy. What do you mean by excellent guy? How he is excellent? And we discussed that in last khutbah. I cannot repeat everything because we have very short time. In this sentence, Imam is more elaborating over the excellence. One of the meaning of excellence, really a person who is really excellent person, he has so many merits. Who is he? He says, إِيثَارُ الْفَضِيلَةِ. إِيثَار التَّفَضُّل. Tafaddul is from fadila by itself. Means doing good. Doing good is tafaddul. When you do something good, you are mutafaddil on somebody. Even in today's conversation, we use that. Zayn mutafaddil means you are a person who has given me a favor. So giving a favor to somebody, sharing anything good you have with someone, is tafaddul. Now, ithar al-tafaddul, what is ithar? Tafaddul means you do good with somebody, you helping someone, is tafaddul from you. It is a favor. You help someone with your tongue, with your pen, with your money, with anything, your time, you're helping someone. This help is tafaddul, and it can be of any kind. But what is ithar? Ithar is the peak of tafaddul. Ithar means you help someone, but not in regular conditions and situations. You help someone with something that you are in dire need of it. It's kind of sacrifice. Preference given to other people over yourself is called ithar. It's very hard. Anybody can be generous. Generosity is good. It's very good. But it's very hard for someone to reach to the level of ithar in generosity. You are generous, mashallah, you help people. You help people. See, you give khums, for example, 20% of your saving. You give zakat on certain things of certain specific amount. You are good, mashallah. You are among the people who Quran praises by saying, وَيُنْفِقُونَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. These people are spending in the way of Allah. So you are among the people who do infaq in the way of Allah. Very good. You are praised by Allah. But something about infaq. Infaq with ithar. And this is what Quran is talking about in Surah Hashr, ayah number 59. وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. You help somebody when you have money, it's good. But you help somebody when you have only that certain amount which a person needs, and you need more than him, the same amount. Now you have one amount or one thing, either you use it because you need it, or you give it to somebody because he also needs it. Both of you need one thing, and you have one thing. You don't have extra. No, just that specific thing which is needed by you and by somebody else. Now, who should use it? And you are the owner. If you give it to that person and you remain without that thing, this is called ithar. Who can reach to this level? وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةً. They also need it, but still in this dire need, they are sacrificing their need to fulfill the need of other people. وَمَنْ يُوقَ شُحَّ نَفْسِهِ فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Shuh means greed or stinginess, bukhl. But bukhl to the last levels. That bukhl, that stinginess, which is result of intense greed, that is called shuh in Arabic. Whoever controls his greed, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. They are, for sure, are the people who are prosper and who are successful and happy in this world and hereafter. Muflihun. Muflihun in Quran. Who are muflihun? So these are the people who are muflihun. Now to give examples of that, to claim to be a mu'min is very, very, very easy. But Allah says in Quran, He says that أَحَسَبَ النَّاسِ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. People think that they just will say, I am a mu'min, and they will not be tested. They will be tested. There are different, various kind of tests. You will be tested. One of the tests is this. Allah will test us in our life in many ways. One of them is ithar. You might say, yes, of course, to be generous is good. But how can I be generous while I remain hungry and I feed other people? If I only have one bread, either I eat it or give it to somebody else who also in need of that bread. What should I do? It is jaiz for you. It's not haram for you to eat it. You eat it because you need it. Or you do it half and half maybe. Share it. Not just give it the whole thing. You can share it. But by sharing, the person is not going to be content, or his need is not going to be fulfilled by just sharing it. You have to give the whole thing you have. Then you will be able to fulfill his need. So what you do? Either you fulfill your need or fulfill his need. So we have examples in the history. Many, many examples in the life and the sirat of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ. See, feeding people is so good, right? Anywhere you hear anyone is hungry, you just have to just go ahead and feed them. Feeding hungry people is thawab. You will get reward for that. But Quran says, وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. عَلَى حُبِّهِ, in its love or his love. So Mufassirin have said that he here, the pronoun he, either refers to Allah or refers to ta'am, food. They give the food while they love the food, they need that food. Ala hubbi. They need that food, still they give the whole food to the needy people, they remain hungry. And this ayat is part of Surah Dahr, and you know this surah was revealed, and you know the story. When for 3 days, Ahlul Bayt, these 5 people, they remained hungry, and they gave their food to other hungry people who came to their door and said, we are hungry, please feed us. And they said, okay, I have this one single bread, take it. The other person said, okay, I will take this bread also, I will give it. All of them gave their breads to the needy person who was hungry, and they remained hungry, but they fulfilled the need of the person who was asking for help. This is called ithar. وَيُطْعِمُونَ الطَّعَامَ عَلَى حُبِّهِ. Why عَلَى حُبِّهِ can refer to ta'am? Because there is another ayat in Quran. It says, لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون. It's from hub, love. You will never reach to the level of goodness, high level of goodness, birr. You will never achieve the levels and the grades of goodness unless you spend mimma tuhibbun, out of what you love. Spend what you love. Sometimes people, are very proud of giving their stuff from their house when they are moving. So all this stuff, all things, they say, let's donate it to someone. And they come and ask, Maulana, do you know anybody who needs, a fridge? I said, is new fridge? No, it's just 15 years old. Is there anyone? I said, then what will you do? So I will back, I will, buy a new one. I said, yes, there are people who are in need, but not for the old one that you have. Need of the one that you are going to buy, the new one. Can you give that new one to that needy person? So if you have something that you don't need and you are sharing that thing, maybe, of course, you might get thawab. It's better than throwing it in the garbage. Yes, I agree. But think, compare with a person who has all stuff, using all the stuff himself and buying a new one for other people. It's called ithar. Who can reach to this level? This is what Imam wants to say. Makarem Akhlaq. Dua Makarem Akhlaq. Imam wants us to reach to the highest levels of noble manners, noble akhlaq. This is one of the noble manners, but it needs training of nafs. Mawla Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salam. One day he went to the market with his servant, Qambar, and you know this story. And he bought 2 shirts. One shirt was, very kind of low price, right? This is good word to use. And the other one was very expensive. He bought 2 of them. Qambar was watching that Imam is buying 2 shirts. One is not very expensive, the other one is expensive. After buying those 2 shirts, Imam kept the old one and the cheaper one, for himself, and gave the expensive one to Qambar, his servant. He said, Mawla, you are giving this to me? You deserve this more than me. Give me that one. Imam said, no, that is for me. This is for you. Why, Mawla? Mawla said, because I love it. I love this shirt that I'm giving you. I like it. It's good. But you are young. You wear it. You look good with this. Subhanallah. He gave that, the better one, to his servant. This is called ithar. One day, a beggar came to the masjid and he said, can somebody feed me? The Prophet said, can someone feed him? He's asking you guys. People said, maybe, they kept quiet. Then the Prophet sent him to his wives. Go there. Everybody said, we have very little food left for ourselves. We don't have much. Then he said, okay, go to that house. This house is my daughter's house. For sure you will find something there. Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen took him as a guest. Janabi Fatima salamullah alayha. The daughter of the Prophet and the wife of Imam Ali said, Ya Ali, we don't have food. It is very little food left just for tonight. Imam said, then what should we do now? You tell me. We have a guest. She said, of course, we can remain hungry without food is okay, but the guest will get the food. And they gave him the food, and they remained without food. So this is ithar. Ithar means what? Preference. Giving preference to other people, to fulfilling the need of other people over your own needs. This is very high level of generosity. You can be generous by you're spending money, mashallah, you are generous because you have a lot of money. Out of that money, I give you the example of homes. If you're spending 20% of your saving, not the whole income, saving. When you spend whatever you want to spend, and then after a year, you got some money left as a saving for you, Allah says, okay, give us 20% of this. There are some people who say, oh my God, should I give 20%? They think, should I give 20%? No, you don't give 20%. This is your saving, right? Don't give 20%. Keep 80%. How about that? Yeah, this is the business language. Keep 80%. Yeah, 80%, I will keep 80%. But the reality is this, that when you're giving that 20%, you are giving nothing originally. Believe me. What you are doing out of savings, still you have 80%. You are real generous when you give not just this savings. You give whatever you have. Allahu Akbar, who will do that? But if you do it, then you reach to this level. See what Mawla Amir al-Mu'mineen says about it. And who can explain ithar better than our Mawla? When I gave a few examples from Quranic ayat, there are so many more. When you see, there are levels. Even ithar has levels. Can you believe it? Ithar, whatever you have, you give it. It's called ithar. Is this whatever you have, you give it, has levels? What levels? No, whatever I have, I give. This is the one level. This is the only one level. No, it has levels. First of all, see what ithar is. Ghayatul Makarem Akhlaq. What we are talking about? Dua Makarem Akhlaq. Makarem, noble, nobility. The peak of nobility, the peak of noble akhlaq is al-ithar. The peak of it. Means keep all akhlaq on one side and keep this ithar one side. So great. Man athara ala nafsi. This is another hadith from him. Man athara ala nafsi istahaqqa ism al-fadila. If you want to call somebody with fadila, the word fadl that we were talking last week. Fadl, excellence. Imam says, whoever prefers other people over himself, he deserves the word of fadilat. The word fadila, he deserves it. Means he is really excellent person who prefers other people over himself. He is excellent. Excellent guy, yes, excellent guy. لا تكمل المكارم إلا بالعفاف والإيثار. Good manners can never be completed except with modesty and ithar, preference, giving preference to other people. Now when I said, let me give you one more example from the hadith of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. Somebody came to him and asked him, Mawla, tell me, what is the best charity I can do? Ayyul sadaqati afdal. Which sadaqah is the best? You give sadaqah, right? Every day you get up in the morning, $1, 50 cents, 25 cents, 10 cents. And you're proud, I gave sadaqah today. Now, somebody came asking Imam, saying, Mawla, which sadaqah is the best? Imam says, Juhdul muqil. The struggle and the sadaqah of a person who doesn't have anything to give. He doesn't have, still he wants to give, and he is giving. Whatever he gives, that sadaqah is the best sadaqah. Means giving and sharing your blessings that Allah has given you in a situation when you are in need of them, or you don't have them. You don't have enough money to share with other people. You have very little money. Not even enough for you yourself. Muqil means you are poor person, you're real poor. But Imam says, in this situation, a person who is giving, this sadaqah is the best sadaqah. He said, how can somebody gives in such a situation, Mawla? Mawla said, what? You're asking me this? Didn't you hear? Quran is talking about it. وَيُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ وَلَوْ كَانَ بِهِمْ خَصَاصَةٌ. And this ayat, by the way, was revealed after the story that I just mentioned to you about Imam Ali when he took a person to his house and made him his guest in a situation when he had very little food for one person left, and he gave it to him. This ayat was revealed at that time. يُؤْثِرُونَ عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. So when I said there are levels of even ithar has levels. So what more than this? See, Imam or Ahlul Bayt, we have the examples of Ahlul Bayt giving their food, the whole food that they have for 3 days. Next day also. Now they are hungry for 2 days. They are without food for 2 days. Still they are giving it to other people. They remain again hungry. Third day, 3 days. Come on, 3 days. How is this possible? But yes, this happened. And that's why Surah Dahr was revealed, the whole Surah. Third day, again, it was third day when they were without food. Still they sacrificed their food to them. Is there anything more than this? Can somebody do ithar, sacrifice more than this? Yes, there is more than this. What is it? Again, Quran is talking about. وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يَشْرِي نَفْسَهُ ابْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ اللَّهِ. There are some people who give their life, nafsahu, ابتغاء مرضات الله, for the sake of the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you know when this happened? When the Prophet was migrating from Mecca to Medina. And you know the story. I'm just, giving the reference. So when the Prophet was leaving, he wanted somebody to sleep on his place. A place which was encircled by the enemies holding sword to just attack the person who is sleeping here as soon as possible. As soon as they get the chance, just kill him. Who was that person? Rasulullah. He was sleeping there. Allah said, Ya Rasulullah, you now leave from this place. You go and let Ali sleep on this place. Place and where? To sleep where? Sleep in a place of 100% risk. And let him sleep so that look like you are sleeping. So it is totally risk. That people are going to kill Ali, assuming that Rasulullah is sleeping there. Imam Ali slept there with real sleep. He says, I never slept with such a peace that I slept in the night of Mabit. He was sleeping. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talked to, and this is riwayah, very authentic one. He talked to Jibreel and Mikael. He said, Jibreel and Mikael, I made you brothers. You are brothers to each other. Now tell me who want to give his life to his brother. I mean sacrifice. So who want to share his life or give his life as a gift to his brother? Both of them said, they didn't say, Ya Allah, we don't want to give our life. No, because they are angels. And they have only aql, you know that. They used their aql and they said, Ya Allah, we want to worship you more than our brothers. Jibreel, he said, I want to worship you more than Mikael. So I want to stay more. Mikael said, I want to stay more because I want to worship you more. Good intention, mashallah. Allah then at that time used the word ithar. He said, okay, don't you look on the earth? See, one brother is giving his life to another brother with ithar. This is the peak of ithar. This is the last level of ithar. No ithar is above than this ithar. One brother is giving his life to his brother. So this is ithar. In conclusion, it is hard, yes. It's not that easy. It's called riyadha. Riyadha means exercise. We need to do exercise as we do the workout, right? To keep our body healthy, the same thing we need workout for our ruh, our nafs. It's not that easy that a person becomes really so generous that he reaches to the level of ithar. But ithar is something which is needed for a mu'min. A mu'min needs to be on the level of ithar, not just generous. Generosity is good, but more than generosity is ithar. And when somebody reaches there, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala announces, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. They are really happy people. They are the people that I gave them happiness and success and prosperity in this world and hereafter. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us among the muflihun and give us tawfiq, inshaAllah, to follow the teachings of Quran and Ahlul Bayt and achieve the levels of good and noble akhlaq in our life, inshaAllah. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين. أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله. I advise you, all mu'mineen, and myself of taqwa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keep us among muttaqeen and among the followers of Imamul Muttaqeen. اللهم وصل على مولانا أمير المؤمنين علي بن أبي طالب وعلى سيدة نساء العالمين فاطمة بنت رسول الله وعلى الحسن المجتبى والحسين الشهيد بكربلاء وعلي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي العسكري. اللهم صل على مولانا صاحب الزمان ماحي آثار البدع والطغيان هادم أبنية الشرك والنفاق حاصد فروع الغي والشقاق. اللهم عجل فرجه وسهل مخرجه واكحل ناظرنا بنظرة منا إليه واجعلنا ممن يذكر فتنفعه الذكرى. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون.